One. Good evening, everybody. I did the sort of gavel thing and then forgot to turn the microphone on. So we're off to a good start, everybody. My name is Barbara Lose, and I'll be your MC this evening. And the banquet of the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska is in order. So. And here for our invocation is our first Vice President, Christine Boone.
Good evening, everyone. Let us bow our heads. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is thy name in all the earth. Heavenly Father, I have always loved those words because you are so majestic. We thank you for being here among us this weekend. We thank you for overseeing the deliberations that we have made and the things that we have learned, for guiding the people who have taught us everything from art and exercise to how to get a job and how to grow old with vigor and style. We thank you for blessing us as we've reunited with old friends and made many new friends. We thank you for keeping our families safe while we are away from them. And we thank you for the promise that you will bring us home safely tomorrow. Lord, bless this food to our body's use. May it nourish, sustain, and energize us. Bless us as we hear from our national president this evening, and bless him as he speaks to us. Be with everyone in this room, Heavenly Father. How majestic is thy name in all the earth. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay, peeps, now I have a little bit of business here, okay? So first, now, yeah, that's right. So, hang on, let me get this microphone out. Good thing I had those exercise lessons from Tyler. Okay, I have two gentlemen. Are they both gentlemen? Let me see. Yes, I just want to know if you guys are here. Oh, excuse me, because anyway, is Ibrahim Mohammed here? No. All right. How about Tyler Jacobson? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That's all of that. Now, you've turned in your tickets to Jeremy Ritchie, but now pay attention. This is very important if you want to eat tonight. Guys, I mean this. Servers, if you could stop for a minute, if anybody is serving. This is about serving tonight. So if you could wait, and everybody wait. Everybody freeze. Okay. So the hotel is giving me tickets that are for steak, vegetarian, and chicken, respectively. I want to distribute these, and I need a couple of sighted volunteers if they wouldn't mind helping. We only have exactly the number of chicken tickets as we had orders. So do I have one per, wait a minute. Yes. Do I have one or two people who can help me with deliver the chicken tickets? All right, just a second. Sorry, guys. Here are and Tony. Thank you. All right, if you listen, if you ordered chicken, please stand up. Will the real chicken eaters please stand up? Chicken only. No steak, bad steak, bad. Sit down. And no vegetarian, just chicken. Ticket givers, let me know when you're finished. This is not the greatest. Oh, hello. I like that self-advocacy over there. Bring that lady her chicken. Are you guys finished delivering? You are? You were supposed to tell me. Oh, okay, awesome. Did you have any? Okay. Anybody who came late and didn't get a ticket but wants to have dinner, there are a few of you in here. Any of you want chicken, please stand up right now. Anyone? All right. Thank you, Connie. All right, then. Now, will the real steak eaters please stand up? Steak eaters, look at them. Oh my gosh. Want a third person to help. That's about it, very right there, I think. And person number 2. All right. You guys aren't quite even, I'm sorry. Oh. Man, I thought you wouldn't notice. I thought you. I wonder where Mike Hanson is. I could use a microphone. Mike Hanson, if you can hear me, I need a microphone. This one.
Broke the mic. Hello. 1, 1, 1, 1.
Great, but it's better. I am. I was literally kissing it. So, sorry, Mike. All right. We should be getting toward the end of the stakers. I know.
We're waiting for steak up.
Yes. There is a chicken. All right. Thank you. Okay. Ticket givers, there's one more person who would like chicken. Connie, do you have those extra? Thank you, Connie. Thank you. You,
Extra long.
I know you got nothing. No. All right. Okay. Oh, one of them's mine, Connie. Connie. One of the chickens is mine. One of the chickens is mine. I forgot. Thank you.
All right.
Is there anybody else standing? You have chicken? Yeah, what happened? Did anyone, hang on, you guys. Is anyone standing beside you, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, we have two gentlemen up here, and they're very important because one of them is our national president, our state first dude. Did anyone stand for steak who couldn't remember what they got? Because we have two extra chicken and two needy steak eaters. Oh, what a sweetheart. Give that lady a hand. Yeah. Anyone? Anyone else? Oh, all right. You guys, can you make the switch? No. Did you switch it, Connie?
Give me a ticket.
There's one other person who says they'll switch for steak. No. And that's what I'm saying. Who is still willing to switch their chicken for a steak? Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. All right. And finally, hang on one more. You guys, you've been great. You help me out here, okay? All right. Who is a veggie person? Vegetarians. Vegetarians. Please stand up. Thank you guys, you guys who had mercy on Jeremy and Mark. He says he's not sure, he might still have chicken. Oh, what a guy. Tony and Mary. All right, you guys, we need to. I would like us to give a hand to Tony and Mary who exchanged their tickets. Yeah. And I know that two people helped her. The main runner was Connie Daly. Let's give Connie a hand. And who were you guys who helped Connie? Matt? Oh, Matt. Yay, Matt. All right. Okay. Matt's the other half of Mary Davis, for those of you who don't know. All right. I'm going to hush up. Aren't you glad? Yeah.
Good evening again, everybody. I'd like to introduce the people at the head table here. We will, no, not until we do the duck thing. Okay, so I'm going to introduce people from my left to right, and I won't talk about which way that is to those of you who are seated at tables in all different directions because, you know, could be anything. So on the leftmost place at the table, we have our first vice president, Christine Boone. And next to Christine, we have one of our gold sponsors here, President of Christian Record Services, Diane Thurber. And we want to thank you, Diane, for having your organization be a sponsor for us, helping us with various things around this convention. And so we really appreciate that. And with Diane is her husband, Gary. So welcome, Gary. I guess he's the first man of Christian Record Services. So we have two first men sitting beside each other, or first dude, as one of them was called a little while ago. So next to Gary is Jeremy Ritchie. And he'll be happier now because he has a steak coming. And next to Jeremy is our president of the National Federation of the Blind of Nebraska, Jamie Ritchie. And I'll pass the next person for now. And my name is Barbara Lose, as I said before. And to my right is my husband, Brad Lose. And to his right is Cheryl Livingston, our treasurer. And our second vice president, Mike Hansen, is here doing all kinds of running around and things like that, and making sure our microphones are working and all of those things. And his wife, Lynette, and daughter, Elizabeth, are here too. And our secretary, Kimberly Sherbarth, is dealing with door prizes. So everybody will want to hear from her this evening. Speaking of that, do you have a door prize ready? Oh. Here comes Mike. See, he'll know what to do. This goose needs to eat.
Okay, let me just pull out a name here. Can I have you read this one? I accidentally dropped something. And it doesn't.
Anticipation is building.
TJ Birch. Oh, wait. Sorry, it had a hole punched. Sorry.
What?
That means that they had already received a door prize. Oh, they're not here. Oh, then never mind.
Okay. All right.
Well, good. I don't have
we know. We know Carlos is here.
Well, I don't have to go far to find him. So then Carlos gets $50.
Wow. All right. Now, see, guys, that's how to respond to getting a door prize. I mean, you make noise until you know, get somebody's attention to get it to you. And since Carlos won that prize and has now made it clear that he's happy about that, we are happy to have our executive director of the Commission for the Blind here this evening, and his wife, Kati. And we're just really pleased that you're here and that we have had some partnerships here this weekend. And so welcome them to the banquet as well. Okay, I'll let you eat for a little while before I get your attention again. Thank you. Hello. Okay. I thought you were going to think I was just kidding about trying to get your attention. Sorry. Amy Eidenmiller, are you ready for the drawing from the Lincoln chapter? Somebody is going to get Bo's frames. Oh. Okay. Hello. I have no idea about any of it. Obviously, including whether or not you guys were ready. Sorry. Okay. So do you want to just get my attention when you're ready? Okay. Wow, I think people really want those Bose frames. You can come up here if you'd like. I think it is. I hear footsteps. Okay, there you go. Okay, this. Okay. Wow, yep. Okay, the next thing, which will happen right after this, if whichever or both Burishes are wanting to auction off one of the things from last night, that will be after this winning of the Bose frames. So whichever of you is coming, or both of you, I didn't quite spring it on you. Sorry. Yeah. Under here, somebody might think bad thoughts about what I'm doing. Thanks, appreciate it. But otherwise, I really don't want to go. No, thank you. Yeah.
Can everybody hear me? Can I have your attention, please? I have a very important announcement to make.
Please listen.
My name is Amy Eidmiller. I'm the Lincoln chapter president, and I would like to announce that we have a winner for the Bose glasses. Kathy, nice try. Nobzurek. Nobzrk. Something. Oh, is that right? We have a winner. Never. That's not what I meant. Well, thank you.
Is Kathy here? All right. Very good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm a fake.
What?
Over this one.
Kimberly, you're being paged. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's a wireless. Maybe as a wireless. Whichever you can choose what you want to do. I have the last one.
Yes.
Okay, good deal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 top shelf items to be auctioned off. Are we ready? Do we still have money left? This is for a good cause. Here we go. The first item. Now, since the cash bar is shut down right this moment, this might come in handy, but you'd have to work really fast. I don't know, it probably wouldn't work, but we have a beautiful beer making kit. It's a DIY. It's going to be really cool. The glasses are included, but you've got to make your own beverage to go in it. We're going to start the bidding at what? 50? 50? $50 for the beer making kit. 50 for you,
Ew.
sir. I hear 50 from our guest, Mr. Dito Terrace. Okay, he says. You bet. We got $50. Who will give me 55? Come on, you don't want me to keep talking, right? So let's move this thing along because we have other business of the banquet that I know we want to get to. But I mean, we could keep this thing rolling on. Mark wants to stay for a few more days, right? We'll just stay in banquet for. All right. Shane is wanting this microphone. So do you guys, we got this bid at 50. Anybody going to give me more than 50 for the DIY beer making kit? It'll be lots of fun. You can impress all your friends. Well, Cheryl.
Okay, it's a beer making kit. It comes with the tools and the ingredients to brew your own beer. All you would need, okay. It includes all of the tools and the ingredients to brew your own beer. The only thing you would need is to provide the pot to brew all of the ingredients in. I don't know what all the tools are, but it's everything you need to make a batch of beer. And also there is a set of 6 bottles with the bottle stoppers for the beer. So that's the best I can tell you.
Madam President, will we shift it?
All right, so we're going to kick this beer into high gear. Now we're not moving this thing. Now you heard Cheryl mention something about pot, but that doesn't mean you can put pot in the beer. Okay, you just need a pot to brew the beer. I just want to clarify that. So all right, so Dino Terrace has got it for $50. He'll give me 55. 55 for a beer making kit. You can stop by Cheryl's house and give her one of them. That'd be awesome too. But here we go. All right, we got it for 50 and going to give me 55. 55. Somebody out there, come on. Somebody in this room. There's 120 people in here. Somebody wants to start making beer. I know it. And the rest of us want to start drinking it. So somebody's got to get good at this. Let's go. All right, got a $50. So give me 55. $50. So give me 55. Sandy's got it for 55. That was Sandy, right? Oh, Eileen, I'm sorry. All right. David. I was gonna say, brother. All right. So we got business partners going on here. Okay, we have 60. Eileen, you going 65? All right. 70. All right. 75 to Eileen. David. 80 to David. 85 to Eileen. I don't know. Either way, this beer's going east, it's looking like.
I want to come to the next
Eileen's got
seminar
it for
that you guys
85.
do because we're going to have beer, right?
David going 90. Anybody else going 90? 85 going once. Is that David? All right, well, I think he was chewing that time. I couldn't quite hear. All right, all right. 90 to David Benigo, 95. 90 to David Dina Terrace. 90 going once. 90 going twice. Sold.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Dino Terrace.
Okay, so
David Dina Terrace, $90, Cheryl. Of course, you can add on a couple zeros if you want, Cheryl.
okay, we have 2 more auction items and then we will be finished with the auctioning. And get ready to do our ducks.
All right, we have a pair of Husker tickets to the spring game. So I don't know, David and Eileen, if you guys want to fly back for that, you guys can get in on this one too. But the spring game is very big around here. We have a new coach and a new outlook and everything like that. I think Amy Eidenmiller donated tickets and said they were in row B. So I think these are really good tickets. It is April 22nd, I believe, but that's just off the top of my head as a fan. But I believe it is on April 22nd. All right. So let's start the bidding at $40 for these. It's a great family event. All right, 45 to Kimberly. Was that Kimberly? All right, Kimberly's got it for 45. Going to give me 50. 45 to the spring game. Give me 50. This is a great family event. Take your kids out. They do the drug pledge, all that kind of stuff. This is really cool event, a really affordable way to get to the Huskers. 45 to give me 50. 45 to give me 50. 45 to Kimberly, give me 50. Oh, uh-oh. 45, give me 50. Kimberly's not going to be at the next board meeting. 45, give me 50. 45, anybody, give me 50. Kimberly's got it for 45. And we're going 50 to the Husker spring game. Now, guys, these guys, this is Rick Abono. You sure you don't want to go to the Husker spring game?
Sure.
Oh.
She's the boss.
All right.
We'll go. You take her.
Current bid is 45. Anybody give me 50? Anybody give me 50? What was that? All right, Nicole's got it for 50. All right. 50 to Nicole, give me 55. 50 to Nicole, give me 55. 55, 55. Kimberly, you going 55? 50-yard line. All right, that sweets the deal. 55 to Kimberly. 55 to Kimberly. Nicole, you going 60? 55 going. Anybody else in this? 55 going 60? Let me go at 60. 55 to Kimberly going once.
It's a steal.
We're only $5 over the yard line, people. Let's go. All right, 55 going once. 55 going twice. Sold to Kimberly, who will not be at the next board meeting. She'll be enjoying fun in the sun with the Huskers.
All right.
That was 55 to Kimberly,
55
Cheryl.
Kimberly. All right, our final item, if you could give me your attention, this is a special one, a really special one. A lot of us in the room knew this guy really well. He was a former director and helped to really shape the vision and the mission of the Commission for the Blind and what was known for many years previously as the Nebraska Services for the Blind and Visually Impaired. None other than Dr. James S. Nyman. And we have here his wooden chess set. We have a digital recorder. We have a keychain with a slate, a braille slate on that keychain. Those quick little, what is it? 3 cells? No, maybe 6 cells, actually, I think. And there's also a slate and stylus in a leather pouch. These all belonged to Dr. Nyman, and now a piece of history could be yours. So we are going to start the bidding at $50, and we're going to give that one to Amy Eidenmiller because she already put in a bid prior at the actual auction last night. So we're starting with $50 to Amy Eidenmiller.
All right, so here we go. So if memory serves, I believe Dr. Nyman came here in 1973. Is that correct?
74.
Oh, 74. Yeah.
That was a
Well,
great year.
Well, I was
Wasn't,
just gonna say that it was the 50th year, but
Yeah.
anyway, so the bid is 50 to Amy. I know he'll give me 55 for Dr. Nyman's. This is one of a kind stuff, guys. Chris has it for 55.
it's in excellent shape, by the way.
55, who goes 60? 55, we go 60.
Mhm.
That's right. Yeah, museums. Yeah. All right, Chris has a 55, but they go 60. Dino Terrace has for 60. All right, 55, anybody go 60? 65, Eileen. All right. 65, anybody go 70? 65, anybody go 70?
What? Hold on.
All right, Chris has it for 70. 75, Eileen. Anybody go 80? Chris?
These are Dr. Nyman's treasures. It's a piece of history. His kids donated it.
Yeah. All right, 75 to Eileen. Chris, are you going 80 or Rick Boney going to take this to the museum for 90 or? Yeah, I'll take it. All right, 80 to Chris. All right, 80, I'm going to go 85.
The guy brought structured discovery services to Nebraska, y'all. He retired in 98.
8. Yeah. All right, so the bid is 80 to Chris. All right,
Ooh.
85 to Rick Bono. Our our president's taking this thing to the museum for 85. Dr. and I would be proud about that. But he'd be even prouder if somebody spent 90 on it. All right, so 85 when we go 90. 85 when we go 90. All right, Chris got it for 90. All right, back to you, Mark. Chris got it for 90. Anybody go 95?
Yes, we can run a card. We'll take your check, we'll take your cash, we'll take your PayPal, we'll take your whatever. Who's that?
Who is that?
Gary
Gary
Craig.
coming in for 100. All right, now we're getting into 3 figures here. Thank you, Gary. All right, we got $100. Then we go 110. Then we go 110. Gary's got it for 100. Then we go 110. Chessboard, keychain, slate and stylus in a case.
Yeah, with a nice leather case and a digital recorder.
And a digital recorder. So you can record it.
I don't know what's on that recorder.
Yeah, now we go. All right, so Gary's got it for 100,
That
110.
would be worth the.
Chris, you go 105, 110, something like that. Gary's got it for 100.
It's the original. The first original digital recorder. It says security, equality, and opportunity on it. That is a historic piece.
Oh, wow,
So
that's
it's only
awesome,
a 15-second recording.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So it's got the original NFB logo on it. It would work perfect in the museum for $105. But somebody say 110. Eileen's got it for 110. All right. Eileen's got it for 110. Gary, Mark, Chris, anybody else gonna go over 110 here? Let's go 115, 120. 115. I think David's revving up for a bid, maybe. Sure. All right, 110 to Eileen. Anybody go to 115? Original digital recorder. 115 would be, you know, matching the 15-second recording thing. That would be really. That's right. All right. 110 going once. Somebody else in the beloved memory of Dr. Nyman and the original NFB logo. 111 from Chris Boone. At least she didn't put 95 cents on there
Nebraska
this time.
history. Keep it here. Keep it.
I
rolling.
wanted to go 115. 111 to Chris, I'm going to go 115. What 11 we go 115? 111 going once. 111 going twice. Sold to Chris Boone for $111. Got a palindrome going there and everything. Thank you to everyone who donated items to the auction. We did a number of them during the actual auction itself, and I wouldn't count on this being a regular part of the programming. So keep that in mind for future years, that if we're doing the auction usually in the evenings and so on and so forth. But these were two special items to let go with toward the end of the night last night. So anyway, thank you to everyone who did baked goods and donated all kinds of heirlooms and things like that. So.
Thank you very much, Barishas. We appreciate the everything that he said we appreciate. And so, wow. Okay. Well, I am the spring game. And, you know, last night was when at the baseball game, Shane Comine and Darren Erstad and Alex Gordon were all honored for the Nebraska Baseball Hall of Fame. And we missed that because we were here, you know, doing the auction and things like that. And now the spring game, I would have been bidding on those tickets. But yes. I was there. I was overruled. So there you go. All right. So anyway, I hear ducks. I think it may be time for somebody to get lucky with some of these ducks. So are you anyway, I hear ducks. Okay, so we're going to hear how we play this game. So is that? And if you know how to make this gooseneck stay up. Okay, so we're going to, he doesn't do it. We're going to hear how we play this game. This guy is. He needs some kind of.
He needs to get his.
Needs help there.
He does. Oh man, this one really is bad. Wonder if I can go that way. Yeah, I think it's something in the. You might have to just do it. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. That was any better or not? I'm playing with a goose right now. You can't learn about the ducks until I'm done playing with the goose. Are we selling the last of the ducks? Are we selling the last of the ducks? Do we have any ducks left? Are we selling the last of the ducks? Are we selling the last of the ducks? Do we have any ducks left? I don't know how you're gonna do this. What? Yeah, I think so. Is that what you have? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Greetings, Federation family. You've already heard about the transformative collective action that we're taking to raise
Okay,
expectations
does everybody have
throughout
ducks?
society. But to do this work together, we need resources.
Are we out of ducks? There's somebody back in the back that wanted a duck. Stand up and wave your hands. Stand up and wave your hands. Okay, I think I got my goose under control up here. I'm sorry, I totally forgot. I thought she said recording. I thought you meant like recording the. Oh, yeah. Okay, I just heard it wrong. Oh. Okay. Does everybody have their ducks that want ducks? Okay. Get your squeaking under control now. Okay, I'm going to give the instructions for the ducks here. What? Oh, we still are waiting for ducks. Do we have any left? In the back. Yes. Okay, so we have gotten a request to please stop squeaking the ducks because the poor puppy dogs are not handling it well. Retrievers. Yes. Flip the coin for me. I want you guys to probably do it down there so that you can, because otherwise, like, she can't see over the podium and stuff. So why don't you go where, do you know who Kimberly is with the microphone that was doing the door prizes? Yeah. Okay, why don't you go get her microphone and you guys will flip the coin each time I tell you to, okay? Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you're gonna do this microphone. When you get up here, Mark, it will not stay up. I don't know. Barbara killed it. I'm gonna blame Barbara. I'm twisting it and I'm turning it and it's just falling. Okay, I am going to go ahead and explain the rules while we're still getting our ducks. And I'm still taming my goose. Okay. Okay. All right. This is how Lucky Duck works. We are going to. It's been 3 years since we've done this. I'm trying to remember. Okay. So we are going to everybody that has ducks needs to stand up. That's the first step. Okay. Forgot. Everybody that has ducks has to stand up. Yeah. We get our fit breaks in during our banquet too here. Yeah, you can go ahead and take your ducks out. Go ahead and line up your ducks on the table. Line them up or put them in a circle. That's right. Get your ducks in a row. Okay. I do need one person at the table to be a duck hunter. So if somebody at each table will be willing to be a duck hunter, I need you to grab that bag because you're going to need it. Just keep it away from the candles. So there's a paper bag on the table that you'll need. Okay, and you got a coin? That's it. You think your dad has one? Okay, okay. Oops. You okay? Okay. Everybody's got their ducks in a row? Okay. We should have a bag at our table. Okay. Did the head table get a bag?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, all right, we got bags. Yep. Okay, so now that everybody's standing for 20 minutes, we are gonna flip a quarter or coin, okay? When we flip this coin, before we flip the coin, you're gonna choose heads or tails first in your head. So the way you're gonna signify which way you're doing it is you're gonna put your hands either on your head or put your hands on your tail. That's right. Okay. Perfect.
Good plan.
Okay. Okay. All right. So if you did not, if we flip heads, but you chose tails, you lose a duck. Or if we flip tails and you chose heads, then you lose a duck. And that's where the duck hunter comes in. We need to put all those ducks and collect them in the paper bags. Okay. Okay. So we have Elizabeth and Sarah up here, and they're going to be our coin flippers. So each time I'll announce when we're ready to choose heads or tails. When you have lost all of your ducks, you sit down. The last one with the duck wins half the money. The last one with the duck wins half the money. Okay. Did we get all the ducks sold? 3 individual guys? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Everybody stand. All right. So first you have to choose either heads or tails. So you put your hands on your head or hands on your tail. No. Go ahead and flip it, girls. Oh. Heads. Wait. Oops, forgot. Okay. All right, so if you did not have heads and you put it, if you had your hands on your tail, you need to put a duck in the bag. You're just for our side of the table. Okay. 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 Here we go again. Put your hands on your head or hands on your tails. 1, 2, 3. Heads. Oh! Next time, try to do a good. Yes.
Already.
I just want to give it. I told you it's right. Okay. Hands on your head, hands on your tail. Go.
Yeah, we're ready.
Tails. Okay.
Hey,
Hands on heads, hands on tails.
ready.
Go. Hands on heads, hands on tails. Tails.
Lost my second one.
Okay. Put your hands on your head, your hands on your tail. Tail, go.
Here.
All right, well, fit. Wait, hands on your heads, hands on your tail. Bad. This. Does anybody in the room still have 6 ducks?
Oh, 3 also.
Does it? Oh, yes. Okay. If you have 6 ducks, quack. If you have 5 ducks, quack. If you have 4 ducks, quack. Ooh. If you have 3 ducks, quack. If you have 2 ducks, quack. If you have 1 poor duck left, quack. Quack. Okay, hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Heads. This time, try to put it on. All right. Eileen, do you think these would work in the bathtub so we can tell when it's full? Yes. Okay, hands on your head, hands on your tails. Ready? Heads.
I'm down to 2 now.
All right. Hands on your head, hands on your tail. Heads. This time, try to do it like this. That way, people try to get, no, not like that.
Sit down.
Yep, yep, I lost my last one.
I got 3.
I'm done with.
One with the graduation dance. And we have
All right, if you have 6 ducks, quack. Ooh. If you have 5 ducks, quack. If you have 4 ducks, quack. If you have 3 ducks, quack.
Quack.
If you have 2 ducks, quack. And 1 duck left. Oh.
Oh, no doubt.
Do you have, if you have no ducks left, quack. All right, hands on your heads, hands on your tail.
Okay.
Tail.
Yeah.
thing's shaking. Either that or I'm losing it.
Kind of tough for a lot of people. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Tails! Sorry.
Down to two.
Yeah.
Still got a squeaker though.
I won't. Let me see.
I'm saving my graduation duck for the last one.
I won't. All right.
I got two.
Hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Head.
Yeah.
Do we have a total amount that the person will win? Have we calculated that amount yet? Holy cow, we raised 270, so that means you get $135. All right, you better be grabbing your heads and tails a little more firmly here. All right, hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Tails. Yeah.
All I got is my graduation. All I got is my graduation.
All right. Does anybody have 6 ducks left? Quack. Okay. 5 ducks. Ooh. Was that Roshna? No. Who quacked? Oh, I thought it was Roshna. It sounded like Roshna. Okay. Who has 4 ducks left? Ooh. We got a couple quacks in the crowd. Okay. How many have 3 ducks left? 3 ducks? Nobody? Oh, there. Okay. There's a couple of people with 3. 2 ducks? Oh, 1 duck?
Whack.
Oh, we're getting down to the end of it.
They're about to quack.
Hands on your heads, hands on your
Oh.
tails.
Dreadful. Okay.
Get ready.
Heads. All heads. All heads.
Tails.
Oh.
So Chris is the only one at the head table up here. All right, hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Heads. Still good? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Heads. Oh, Chris is out. Okay. Is there anybody in the room with 5 ducks left? Quack. Anybody with 4 ducks? Ooh. 3 ducks? 2 ducks? 1 duck? Ooh, what is that? Like 6 people left? All right. Hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Heads.
The winning bag.
Hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Heads. Hands on your tails, heads on your hands. What? Something like that. I tried to do it backwards and it didn't work out. You'll see it. Got it. Yeah, there's barely anyone. There you go. Heads. Head. All right. Do we have 4 ducks left?
Got 4 left.
No, no quackers. Do we have 3 ducks left? Do we have 2 ducks left? 1 duck left? Ooh, I think that was 3 people. Yep. Okay. Heads on your hands. Hands on your heads. Hands on your tails. Tails. Hands on your heads. Hands on your tails. Heads. Heads. Okay, go ahead and quack if you still have ducks. There's only 2 people with ducks? Who are they? I realize you're a quack. What's your name, quack? Oh, John Piper. Okay, how many do you have? 3? Okay, and then who was the other person? Amy, how many do you have? Amy has 2, John has 3. Anybody else? Okay, so what we're going to do from here on out is we want to know what you guess. So hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Coming down to the last bit. Yep. So Amy, which one are you choosing? Which one did you choose, John? All right.
Oh.
And the winner is tails. Oh, so now we're down to 2 and 2, right? Okay. Hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Oh, I forgot to ask. Tails. Tails. Did one? Oh. Okay, so hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Okay, John, which one did you choose? Okay, and Amy? Okay. Tails. We should go. Yep. So 2 to 1. So this could be the winning flip spin thing. All right, put your hands on your heads, hands on your tails. Amy, which one are you choosing? Okay, John. I think his hands are stuck to his heads. Give it a good one. Good flip. Spin something. This could be the lucky duck. It's heads. Oh, 1 to 1.
All right. This is the
All right.
final.
Make your choice.
Oh, this is
Heads or
it.
tails.
This is-
John?
Pick the same.
John picked heads. Amy? Okay. She's riding on her tail. Okay. Here's your
Good job.
5. Let's put the phone. Thank you all so much. I gotta go see if I can figure out your goose now. See, maybe. Well, this, yes, you can play that. Yeah. And then I might need help for this, but maybe not. Oh, yes. Attention, please. Attention. The microphone, and I'm not afraid to use it. Yes. Listen up, please. Everybody. Okay. We're going to hear a little public service announcement here. that I want everybody to pay attention to? Yeah.
Greetings, Federation family. You've already heard about the transformative collective action that we're taking to raise expectations for the blind throughout society. But to do this work together, we need resources to accomplish all that we dream to do in the future. We'd like you to consider how you can help to contribute or to become more contributions to the Federation in 3 key fundraising areas for our organization. Here they are. To the Federation in 3 key fundraising areas for our organization. Here they are.
The PAC plan is our pre-authorized contribution plan. This is a way for anyone to make contributions to our organization on an ongoing basis. And that ongoing basis enables us to be able to budget on the money that's coming up. Anyone who wants to contribute to the plan for the first time or who wants
Greetings, Federation family. You've already heard about the transformative collective action that we're taking to raise expectations for the blind throughout society. But to do this work together, we need resources to accomplish all that we dream to do in the future. We'd like you to consider how you can help to contribute or to promote contributions to the Federation in 3 key fundraising areas for our organization. Here they are. The Federation, 3 key fundraising areas for our organization. Here they are. The Federation, 3 key fundraising areas for our organization. Here they are.
I don't feel like the microphone's very loud though either, but maybe it's just me up here. Is it? Okay. So our microphone sounds watery and quiet. Mike. I don't feel like the microphone. If you can work, maybe it's just me up here. Is it? Okay. Okay. Right, but there's speakers in the other room playing at the same time. So and quiet, Mike. I don't feel like the microphone. If you can work, maybe it's just me up here. Now I'm echoing. Okay. Okay. Right, but there's speakers in the other room playing at the same time. So quiet, Mike. Wow. I don't feel like the microphone. If you can work, maybe it's just me up here. Now I'm echoing. Okay. Right, but there's speakers in the other room playing at the same time. So quiet, Mike. What? If you can work, maybe it's just me up here. Now echoing. Right, but there's speakers in the other room. So I'm leaving. You're right.
Okay, all right, you guys. So are we ready for a door prize?
Yes, we are. Can you hear me?
Okay.
All right. So this next
Okay,
door
all
prize
right.
is for a
So,
$30
we-
gift card to
Are we ready
Laszlo's.
for a door prize?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
All right. And
So this next door.
it's going to go
prize is
to
for a $30
Kelly Coleman.
Kelly Coleman, are you here?
Is she here?
She is not here, they say. So you'll need to draw
That's okay.
again.
I have another one here.
Okay.
All right. You already won. So the next one is Dee Sawyer.
Dee, are you here? So
Yes.
she's a teacher of the visually impaired. Are you here, Dee? All right. I thought
Very
you,
nice.
yeah, I knew she told me at the art thing that she was going to be here this evening. So welcome. We're glad you're here. And congratulations on your prize. So how many more door prizes do we have, Madam Door Prize person? One more. So we'll save that till the end. And don't let me forget. And the end has gotten later already, you know, because we've had a very, shall we say, weird, you know, we used to meet for our conventions around Halloween, and this would have made more sense then. There a full moon out there by any chance? Wow, I don't know. That is coming. Okay. We have come to my favorite time of these banquets. I always enjoy looking forward to our national representative giving us words of wisdom. And thank you for being quiet. I appreciate it. And this evening, we are very blessed to have with us our national president. He came here right after he was elected president in 2014, and has not been able to come to our state convention since that time. And so we're really pleased that this weekend it worked out for him to be here. It's been said that coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. And Henry Ford was attributed to having said that. And, you know, he probably knew a thing or two about that kind of thing. We also know a thing or two about that in the National Federation of the Blind, where we have come together since 1940 to make differences for blind people. I have been privileged to have worked closely with 3 national presidents of our organization. Dr. Kenneth Jernigan, who was old enough to be my dad. He was born 1 year after my mom. And then Dr. Mark Maurer, who's a contemporary of mine, born just over 5 months after me. And now our current president, who's young enough to be my son. He's roughly 2 years younger than my oldest stepson. So it has been a privilege for me to have served under all of these people who have meant so much and made so much of a difference to all of us as blind people. And it's my privilege now to introduce to you for his comments, Mark Riccobono, President of the National Federation of the Blind.
All right. Thank everybody. I'm going to get as close to this as I can. I have to say, I have laughed more at this convention than any convention I've been to in a long time. So, oh no, definitely laughing with you. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Starting with, you know, someone giving someone else's chair away to give it to me at the reception on Thursday. So, so it is great to be back together, and it is I think the spirit in the convention is really an example of how important it is to get together in person. I want to begin again by acknowledging my federation my real family, my biological family, in and amongst my Federation family. I think Melissa might be tuned in back home. So hello to Melissa. I think the kids probably are not. My 16-year-old is off at the sophomore ball. So, you know, yeah, I know it's a big deal, a big deal. So it's a great pleasure to be here to talk about transformation. I think that's a lot of what we've been talking about this weekend. And transformation is the process of growing, changing, and becoming. And COVID-19 certainly has forced us to think about transformation in many new ways. The question for us is, what will we do with the transformations that have come to us because of what we have experienced in the COVID-19 pandemic? With transformations, we cannot fully appreciate them while we're in the middle of them. And so it will be for us to determine what happens with these transformations, but we'll look back upon them and reflect on how it changed us and what it forced us to do. What I do know is that the National Federation of the Blind and our Federation family is the best teacher of transformation and the potential of transformation that I have ever met. Now, COVID in some ways forced many of us to kind of go into a cocoon. And our question is, which of us and how will we come out of that cocoon as butterflies? Now, we know how to manage transformation because of our experience with the National Federation of the Blind and what it has taught us about how to transform the understanding of blindness that we often come to know from the rest of society. But before I talk about the transformation of our movement, let me give you a little background about myself. But sometimes in doing that, I ask this question: are you a passenger or are you a driver in your own life? And I ask you to think about that. Now, to give you a little bit of my personal story, I have glaucoma and aniridia, and I was diagnosed as being legally blind at age 5. My parents are both hardworking Midwesterners. They neither of them went to college. My dad served in the Navy in Vietnam. We didn't have any experience with blindness in our family. So my parents didn't know anything about blindness. So we had to rely on the professionals. And mostly, the professionals didn't teach my parents anything about blindness. So my parents simply sent me out there to do the things that kids do, or maybe to do the things that kids do, plus the things they didn't know I did as a kid. Now, I did learn from them to work hard and to try, and I knew that there were certain things that were difficult because I couldn't see so well, but I just understood that that's kind of how it was. You were supposed to just figure it out, as David said, how to do it. I didn't know any better. And so as I grew up, I began to feel some of the isolation from not knowing anybody else who experienced the same things that I did. But, you know, I like to think about the scales of hope. On one side, there's hope, there's imagination, there's dreams, there's ambitions. On the other side, there's doubt, limitation, negative thoughts. And if you're like me, when you're young, you have a lot of hope and ambition. But over time, you get messages that tip the scales the other way. Now, when I was a kid, figured you just did the things that kids do. I rode bikes and I rode skateboards and we jumped out of windows. I don't know why we jumped out of windows. It just seemed like something to do. Played with fireworks and things like that. I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I grew up on the south side of Milwaukee. And I walked to school starting in first grade, about 6 blocks uphill both ways. And it wasn't until third grade that anybody much paid attention, at least as far as I knew, to the fact that I couldn't see so well. It was when I started receiving large print books. And it was also when I had my first orientation and mobility evaluation. And the O&M instructor came and walked me around the neighborhood. Now, as I told you, I've been walking to and from school every day since first grade. I played on those sidewalks on the weekends and in the summer. And so they walked me around the neighborhood and said, it looks like you're doing pretty good. I didn't have to see anything. I knew where every crack in the sidewalk was. It wasn't a test of my independence. It was just a test of the fact that I had been there for a long time. I was doing okay. And so they let me go on my way. Now, in fourth grade, I had, they called them vision teachers, you know. And I mostly only saw the teacher to help me fill out worksheets. Now, I was in the technology seminar earlier when many people were asking what a Walkman was. Well, the Walkman came out about the time I was in fourth grade. And at that time, the worksheets that we got in school were printed on a mimeograph machine. Well, you can look it up on Wikipedia. But the fact of the matter is, nobody could read the worksheets that came off the mimeograph machine. But that's what the teacher, she would come and help me fill out the worksheets. She was what I would have called today a high-priced reader, but she didn't talk to me about blindness or the techniques that I would use. I had to figure it out for myself. When I got to fifth grade, I couldn't read the large print books anymore. And so I looked around and said, well, what can I do? Well, I had been given a monocular to read street signs and addresses and things like that. And so I put the monocular on the nearest viewing setting and I read my large print books. And nobody said, you know, I think we might be able to improve on this technique. Nobody said anything. They just let me go on my way. But I got the subtle messages all of the time that it was important to see things. And so I started building a cocoon around myself, isolating myself, making myself more of a passenger in my own life. And I could tell you all sorts of embarrassing experiences. You know, in sixth grade, you get interested in other things like football and girls. And in gym class, we were supposed to run a U-shaped pattern and catch a football. Now, I knew what a U was, and I knew how to run, and I knew the theory of catching a football. But I was like Charlie Brown. I had no chance of catching that football. But I would run anyway, right? Because I had a glimmer of hope. And I remember one time the kids were making fun of me because I'm sure I looked ridiculous just running with my hands in the air. And I was upset. And my gym teacher, really nice guy, but had no idea. He didn't know anything more about blindness than I did. And he sat me down and said, don't worry, it will all be okay. Someday you'll be able to get contact lenses. This was the extent of the advice that I got. Now, I went to a very rough middle school in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How rough was it? Well, the year before I got there, the English teacher I had in seventh grade had been stabbed with a pair of scissors. It was a rough place. And so it was to my benefit to hide in the back of the room. And that's when I really started to be a passenger in my own life. My goal was just to pass. And I didn't get pushed by the teachers very often. And so I was able to pass in the back of the room. Now, in my middle school, the people in the back of the room were not the smartest in the class, but they watched out for me and they'd help me fill stuff out. And I wouldn't have to go up and look at the board and things like that. But no one ever challenged me to do better. And so I lived up to the limited expectations that I had. In 8th grade science class, the first thing you were supposed to do every day was copy what was written on the blackboard. Now, it's really bad educational pedagogy. I'm not endorsing it, but that's what you were supposed to do. I was not going to go up to the blackboard to see it. So I'd wait till everybody wrote their stuff down. And then I'd sit in the back of the room and play table football with the other kids in the back of the room. You know, you fold up a little piece of paper into a triangle and flick it back and forth. I mean, that was my 8th grade science experience. It started to be that I didn't have much hope. And people would give me opportunities. They'd rely on me to think up what I should do. I remember in 8th grade, I had a series of glaucoma surgeries, which resulted in me losing all of the vision in my left eye. And my uncle, before we knew that I had lost all my vision, said, well, what are you going to do if your eyesight doesn't come back? It was a great question, but nobody had an answer for me, and I certainly didn't have an answer. I chose to go to a high school in Milwaukee that specialized in business. I thought, yeah, business, I could do that. I was going to do some other stuff, but then I saw a little presentation about students running their own businesses, and I thought that would be great. So I chose to go to this high school. It was a small high school in town, and it just so happened that there was a resource room for blind students there. I never knew there were other. Well, I wasn't a blind person at the time, but I didn't know there were people that couldn't see so well. And so I very quickly got the idea that I was smarter than they were, because I was smarter than some of them. B, that I could see better than some of them, which I could see better than some of them, even though it wasn't saying much. But C, I worked harder than all of them. And so I didn't find much in common with them at the time. The teacher that was in the resource room was a kind of a blind person. He had RP. You could use whatever acronym you want for that from earlier today. But he read Braille with his eyes. I never saw him use a long white cane until I was a senior in high school. And so I continued to learn to pass. Now, I'd get brave and want to go do things, but it would never end up well for me. I'll just give you one example. You probably have already heard that I am a baseball fan. And I thought when I was 15, 16, that the best job I could get was going down to work at County Stadium in Milwaukee. And so I went down there and I convinced them to hire me as an usher. This was late in the 1992 season, which coincidentally was the same month that Robin Yount got his 3,000th hit on September 9th. I was there. And I convinced them to hire me to be an usher. I have no idea how I did that. But at the time, the Green Bay Packers played 3 of their home games in Milwaukee at County Stadium. So the first work assignment I got was Green Bay Packers versus Philadelphia Eagles in October 1992, Brett Favre's first game with the Green Bay Packers. I was assigned to the bleachers, which was the stadium equivalent of the back of the room. They told me I had 2 jobs. One was to keep drunk people off the field, and one was to show people to their seats. And those really were the 2 jobs that I had to do. Now, I couldn't read people's tickets. And so I would just, sort of say, well, what is your, where what seats are you looking for? And then I just kind of point where they should go, you know, in my best kind of Midwestern helpful way. Seemed to be working okay until I was working with someone and I was turning around over my right shoulder to point where they should go. And coming up behind me was a father and his son. They were carrying a tray of hot chocolate. Okay, so you already know how that story ended. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I told myself, you know, that job is beneath you. You're better than that. You don't want to do that lousy job. And I believed myself. I had no trouble talking myself into something that was completely untrue. That was my dream job when I was 16. I didn't have any problem going to the ballpark to watch games by myself. I love that place. But I absolutely convinced myself that I should hide somewhere else. And I could tell you many, many other embarrassing stories as I went to the University of Wisconsin. I did, when I graduated from high school, I was given a fold-up white cane for graduating. Nobody told me what to do with it, just gave it to me. So I took it to the summer orientation at the University of Wisconsin. I will say that the teacher that I had that was a kind of a blind person encouraged me to go there. It was the first time I saw him use a white cane. But I took my fold-up cane to the summer orientation because I did figure it was a bad idea to fall downstairs in front of co-eds. But, you know, the first week I figured out the routes I should travel and the cane sat in the closet. Consequently, I didn't go the places I might have wanted to go. I didn't because I had to study all of the time. I certainly couldn't read print. I didn't know Braille. And I had a CCTV. I had to memorize everything. I had a laptop that vocational rehabilitation gave me. It was a 20-pound laptop. 15 pounds of it was battery. It was running DOS at the time with no accessibility at all. And so I just had to push through. But I'd get brave now and then. I'd say, this is it. Tonight is the night. I'm going out with the guys. But the same thing would always happen. The guys would want to take a shortcut. And the shortcut would go, I don't know, over some railroad tracks or something. And I'd take a tumble. And then I'd just decide, you know, actually, I didn't want to go out tonight. I was great at faking it and especially great at faking out myself. Fortunately for me, when I hit rock bottom, I came across blind people in the National Federation of the Blind. And I had been applying for a scholarship for many years from the Federation. I told them what a great asset I would be, but they never gave me a scholarship. Well, when I hit rock bottom, I started reaching out for help. And I came across a blind guy who lived in Madison, Wisconsin, and he said he would come talk to me. And he was a homeowner. He lived alone. He had a garden. He played music. He traveled all around the world. He was living the life he wanted. And he said, you know, you can do all of this too. Fortunately, at that same time, I was given a scholarship from the NFB of Wisconsin. And they said, you have to get on this airplane and go to Anaheim, California. I said, so I should get that fold-up cane out of the closet. I'd never flown across the country before. And I was put in an overflow hotel at the convention. It was the Penny Sleeper Inn. I take it either you've been there or you get the gist from the name. That's pretty much it. But, you know, I wasn't paying for it, so what did I care? But I went over to the Anaheim Hilton where the convention was. And my life was changed. I had to get blind people to help me with everything. I had to get blind people to read the agenda for me. I had to get blind people to show me where to go. I had to get blind people to talk to me about the things that I could do. And that was the beginning of my transformation. It's pretty powerful, actually. I just spent the week at CSUN, the CSUN conference in Anaheim, which was at the Marriott, but I spent a lot of time in the Hilton across the street. It's like homecoming for me. My life was instantly changed because I met people like Carlos Servan at that convention who said, you can do better than this, and we'll show you how to do it. They didn't ask anything from me, except that if I found places I could help, to jump in and help. And so I did that. I jumped into the first Monte Carlo night at the convention and helped out. And I found ways to help the other students out. I didn't think I had much to offer, and I probably didn't. But people around me believed in me. And I had to start asking myself whether I believed what these people were saying. Do I really believe that blindness is not the characteristic that defines me? Because it certainly has been the characteristic that seemed to. Can I do what these people are doing? Or are they different than I am? Do I have even something to offer these people that seem to be so generous with their support and time for me? And how will my blindness get in the way? Well, breaking out of the habits that I had developed about blindness took a long time. And it very much was like breaking out of a cocoon. I was often scared about what I was getting into and whether I would be able to push further. But I went to more NFB activities. The students said in Anaheim, we need students to organize in Wisconsin. I said, yeah, I've been saying this for some time. How do we get people together? So I went back and I got blind students together. And they turned to me and said, so it's nice you brought us together. Do you want to be president? It's an interesting story for another time. And I had to start getting the skills together to try to do the things that I wanted to do. I decided I was going to apply for an internship with Walt Disney World. And it was the first time I faced a situation where I wondered if I should tell people I was a blind person. They came to recruit at the University of Wisconsin, and they certainly saw I was a blind person when they interviewed me. But, you know, the campus recruiter was a long way from the person sending me the offer letter. I was supposed to do merchandising, marketing at Disney World. And when I told them I was a blind person, they said, well, we've reassigned you to work in food service. Now, no disrespect to our blind vendors out there, but I didn't sign up to fill sodas at the Magic Kingdom. You know, I wanted to learn about marketing. And so I had to call friends in the Federation and say, what do you do? I didn't barely know Braille yet, so I was still gaining my skills. Fortunately, my friends told me how to break out of that trap, and I was assigned to the World of Disney, which was the largest Disney store on property at the time. And my friend Anil Lewis likes me to say this. I finished the program and got a doctorate degree. So this duck activity is kind of fun for me, you know. So I do have a doctorate degree. I blew past the mousters, you know, that was the basic level. Yeah. You know, but when you study the Federation, you find that we have a rich history. Our shared history is one of transformations. And I've only shared part of mine very quickly this evening. What do I mean our shared history is transformations? Well, our first president was Jacobus ten Broek. And he had a mentor, Newell Perry, who worked at the School for the Blind in California because nobody would hire him for the jobs he was qualified for. And so he decided he was going to dedicate his life to making sure that other blind people could overcome the low expectations. And Dr. Tenbrook had many mentees, but one of them was Kenneth Jernigan, who couldn't get into the profession he wanted as a lawyer because of his rehab counselor. And he went to work at the Tennessee School for the Blind until Dr. Tenbrook gave him other opportunities and then sent him out to build the best agency for the blind ever because he believed in him. And amongst Kenneth Jernigan's students was Mark Maurer, who later became the longest serving president of the National Federation of the Blind. Now, I didn't tell you that in 1996, I came home from the convention and I wrote a letter to the president of the Federation. I was pretty pumped up about that convention. So I wrote this letter, this very hopeful letter with lots of ideas, and I sent it off, and I figured I'd never hear anything again. But darn it, if I didn't get a letter back the next month from the president of the National Federation of the Blind. Transformative. It told me exactly what to do. It told me to learn about the organization. And then it told me to go teach other people what I learned. It did not tell me that the real transformation would come in the teaching. And then it said, once you've taught people about the work that we're doing, start putting your own ideas in the mix and see if they survive. Transformative. And so I started working on the education of blind children, and that got me hired to come work at our national office right before we opened the Jernigan Institute. And my mentor at that time was Dr. Betsy Zaborowski. She was the first executive director of our institute. Now, by this time, I was married to my wife, Melissa. We moved to Baltimore. I have a job with the most prestigious organization of blind people anywhere in the world. Are there more transformations to be had? I wondered. Betsy Zaborowski taught me that there were. She walked me through our members hall, which is our largest room in our building, 12,000 square feet. It was completely empty at the time. And she said, we need to fill this room with blind people. I said, okay, how do we do that? So she said, we're going to put together the largest gathering of blind youth ever. Now go do it, she said. Okay. I didn't know better, so I just went out and did it. We put a gathering together of 200 blind youth, surrounded them with blind mentors from all over the country, people that came to stay in a dorm with teenagers for a week. That's crazy. But they did because they already knew the transformative power of the National Federation of the Blind. And in the midst of putting that program together, I was called into the office one day and told that Betsy Zaborowski had cancer and was going to be leaving the staff, and I was going to be the executive director. Nobody asked me if I wanted to be executive director. Transformative. That's just one of the many programs I had the responsibility of putting on. We used to, we still do, bring youth groups in all the time to the national office. And so when we'd have a youth group in, I'd call up the president, Mark Bauer, and say, okay, I want you to come teach these young people how to use the chainsaw. We do that sometimes, you know. And after a while, he said, well, we have to get some other people to learn how to teach the chainsaw. I said, that's a great idea. So the next time I called him and told him I needed him to teach the chainsaw, I said, I thought we were going to get some other teachers. Said, okay. He said, do you want to be in the class? I said, sure. So I learned how to use the chainsaw and how to teach it. And then he said, okay, so do you want to teach it? I said, well, sure. I didn't really want to say sure, but what else was I going to say? And he said, don't worry, I'll be there to help. Now, that was very comforting at the time, but I have no clue what he was going to be able to do standing off to the side when I'm standing there with the chainsaw. But it seemed very comforting, you know. So I had a lady from Texas, a young girl, and taught her how to use, showed her all the parts of the chainsaw, and took a long time doing it, and finally said, okay, I guess we got to start this thing. And we started it, and we saw it through the log, and I thought, man, that first one is over. Woo, thanks goodness for that. And Mark Maurer said, well, looks like it's going well. I'm leaving. What do you mean you're leaving? And that brings me to the point about transformation. Transformation happens in this organization because of the faith that we have in each other. I didn't tell you that the last conversation I had with Betsy Zaborowski, she came by after I had been doing the job for a couple months, and she said, so do you got it all figured out? I said, yep, got it all figured out. We're ready to go. She said, it's okay. I didn't have it figured out either. But more importantly, she said, you'll figure it out. Faith. Faith is that belief that we put in each other. And that is what is truly transformational in this organization. It has been the thing that has continued to change my life at every step. When I became a father for the first time and had to deal with the discrimination of folks that didn't believe we could be parents. When I became a father for the second time, and they turned to me in the hospital and said, we want you to take Oriana to the pediatric ophthalmologist because her eyes don't respond as expected. And my heart stopped. Not because of blindness, but because I had that flashback of what it was like to be in that cocoon, what it was like before I knew the transformational power of the organized blind movement and the Federation family. And I could recount at this point hundreds and hundreds of stories of how this movement has and continues to transform my life on a daily basis. And that is because of all of you. And some of you are here for the first time, and you're wondering if that transformation is possible for you. And I'm here to tell you that it is, and that we want to gift it to you. And some of you might be here and wondering if there are any transformations left. And I'm here to tell you that there still are transformations to be had. This organization challenged me in 2014 to take the awesome responsibility as serving as your president. You want to talk transformation? Federation members are kind of demanding on what they want out of this organization. But it continues to change my life and push me to be even better. The stories that you share and have shared this weekend continue to teach me how to transform in my life every day. That makes me better, that makes my family better, and that makes us better together. And I hope that that's your experience in this organization. I would challenge you that if you make the decision to open your heart to this movement, I guarantee you that's the experience that you'll have. I've heard it in and amongst this convention so many times. I heard it in our presidential report this morning. And aren't we glad that the transformation has continued with our new president from our previous president here in Nebraska? What a great transformation, right? Yeah. It happens because of the faith, a faith that Dr. Tenbrook said could move mountains and mount movements. So what I'd like to leave you with, because I have another 100 stories, and some of them are as funny as the ducks, but probably not. I'd like to leave you with this poem, which is called The Layers. And I think it speaks to what we do in this movement and the transformations that are ahead of us. I have walked through many lives, some of them my own, and I am not who I was, though some principles of being abides, from which I struggle not to stray. When I look behind, as I am compelled to look before I can gather strength to proceed on my journey, I see the milestones dwindling toward the horizon and the slow fires trailing from the abandoned campsites over which scavenger angels wheel on heavy wings. Oh, I have made myself a tribe of my true affections, and my tribe is scattered. How shall the heart be reconciled to its feast of losses? In a rising wind, the manic dust of my friends, those who fell along the way, bitterly stings my face. Yet I turn exulting somewhat, with my will intact to go wherever I need to go, and every stone on the road precious to me. In my darkest night, when the moon was covered and I roamed through the wreckage, a nimbus cloud voice directed me. Live in the layers, not on the litter. Though I lack the art to decipher it, no doubt the next chapter in my book of transformations is already written. I am not done with my changes. The transformational history of the National Federation of the Blind teaches us that we can go further than we have imagined. But in order to do that, we're going to have to do it together. We're going to have to continue to be open to those transformations, but we need to remain grounded in the principles that have helped us lead the way since 1940. This convention, what I have observed in the leaders and the members working here in Nebraska to make this state one of the most powerful places for blind people to transform their lives, gives me hope to know that we will be able to go to all of the places we need to as blind people. But that starts with us as individuals. That starts with us dedicating ourselves to continue to transform. That starts with us making a commitment to give our time and energy to this movement. Because if we don't do it, who else is going to? And so I recommit to you this evening my commitment to working on your behalf to raise expectations for blind people and to continuing that faith that can move mountains and mount movements. But I need your help, and I need you to do the same so that we continue to build our transformational organization and so that we can take wings and fly to new places. Let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
Thank you very much. We appreciate those words and we take them to heart. We will be committed alongside you to continuing the transformations. And we've been working on them for a long time and we have a long way to go. But we're in it together and that really makes a difference. And thank you again. Wasn't that wonderful, guys? One of the things that we do at these conventions, I think, is to recharge our batteries, so to speak. When we can help each other, when we can inspire each other, and we've been able to have a lot of that going on this weekend. And we hope to continue to have it go on into the future. One of the things that we do at our conventions is to consider our future. Our future involves doing things, of course, working toward changing laws, working toward making differences in pay for people and those kinds of things. But one of the main things that we do is invest in our next generation of blind people, because those kinds of things that we're working on continue all of the time to change how we do things. But it is the people who embody that change and who define it and change the change. It is always a really special time during the convention for us to give scholarships to students, blind students. We have a scholarship committee that meets. We have students who apply for these scholarships and who then are invited to our convention. And we do give the scholarships, but above and beyond that, we do our very best to pass on the National Federation of the Blind, the spirit of our movement, and the hope that anyone who comes here as a student will want to continue to be part of that, to give ideas and see if they fly. I love that part of the speech where we can give ideas and then, you know, see how they turn out. We do that all the time. And I hope that our scholarship chairman, Bob Burns, is headed up here. You coming, Bob? Yes. I'm off the mic. Can you hone in on us up here? There are stairs on either end of the podium or either end of the stage. Okay, and those of you who are receiving scholarships, if you would make your way up here as well, that would be very good. There's a stage up here. It has stairs on either end of it. And the podium is not in the middle as usual. It's toward the one end. So, yeah. So right here and
Take it away.
Yep.
Okay.
the mic is right up here. You follow my, there
Yep,
you go.
got it.
Be careful with the gooseneck because it's kind of tricky.
Kind of goosey, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so is Danielle, Mara, and Amber up here or coming?
Yeah.
Well, as they're making their way up, first of all, I want to recognize and the scout.
Closer to the mic.
I want to okay. Eat the mic, okay. I want to recognize the scholarship committee. Is that good? Is it my mouth? Okay. Okay. I want to recognize the scholarship committee. There was Shane Burrish, Linda Mentig, Kimberly Sherberth, and Rajna Kashwani were on the scholarship committee. So they helped decide who was going to get the scholarships this year. And so there are three scholarships. One is an Omaha Lincoln joint venture for $750. Then the student division is another scholarship for $1,000. And then the Nebraska affiliate's third scholarship is for $1,500. So announce which scholarship winner gets which scholarship. And then tomorrow you'll get the check and, you can head straight to the casinos, I guess, or after no. So anyway, first of all, I think, I'm 65 years old, almost 66. So I've been blind for over 40 years. And so I've, been around the block a couple times. And so I've observed and, through my life, basically what it takes to succeed as a blind person. And first of all, I think one of the most important things is you got to be comfortable in your own skin. I mean, that's one of the most essential elements of succeeding as a blind person, or any person really, but especially a blind person, is you got to be comfortable in your skin. And all three of the scholarship winners are definitely, I feel, and the scholarship committee feels they're comfortable in their skin. And so they have great expectations and hopes and dreams, and they're not going to let blindness stop them. The other thing is, I think if I had lived in the 1760s and was a piano teacher in Vienna, Austria, and Mozart was one of my piano students, and they asked me, well, who's your best piano student? Well, just because one was Mozart, that doesn't make the other two, less awesome. But I believe that in these candidates, one is a Mozart, and we'll get to that shortly. But anyway, first of all, I don't want to detract from Mozart, who I may be embarrassing, but I want to just give my highest regard and commendation to. But anyway, the first scholarship goes to Amber Steep. She'll receive a $750 scholarship from the Omaha and Lincoln chapter. Amber, okay. Wanted to say something briefly. Straight ahead. The micro. Right here. Move straight ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, stick.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for this award. I really appreciate it. This is going to help me a lot. I plan to stick this away in my savings so that so that it can sit there and be there in case of emergencies, in case for whatever reason my tuition doesn't cover everything that it needs to cover while I'm in school studying to be a massage therapist.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Amber. So the next award goes to Maura Lawberg, who's gets the $1,000 scholarship from the student division. And she's currently at Wesleyan and has great hopes and dreams and is not going to let blindness hold her back. And so, Maura, we applaud you and give you the certificate. Maura? Maura? Okay, here's the, I guess we got it taken out of the gooseneck.
Where did it go? Oh, okay. Eat the mic. Okay. All right. Let's eat it even more. Oh boy. Thank you guys so much. This is the closest I can get it to my face. Thank you guys so much for this award. I've been in the Federation since I was 14. It's going on 8 years now. And I will be for a long time, for as long as I'm able to help and serve. And this is going to go also in kind of a savings account, but in my Enable, which is all going to grad school. So
That was, so I just.
Here, Maura, here's your certificate. Okay.
psychology.
Well, that leaves the last scholarship. And again, I you know, all the scholarship winners are great, but I am totally blown away, and the rest of the scholarship committee was also, by the winner, Danielle Schutz. Like I said, I've been around the block a couple times, and I think I know what it takes to succeed. And I think the first two scholarship winners are definitely got that material. But Danielle Schutz, you amaze me, and you're going to kick down doors, break down doors, widen doors. I have full faith in you and the rest of the Federation spirit, and commend you and congratulations for winning the $1,500 affiliate scholarship. Danielle? Danielle?
Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate this. This is also gonna go in my savings account because I'm currently a junior at UNL studying biology, but my first step, I plan to go to medical school after my undergrad. So that's just a drop in the bucket, unfortunately. Yeah, pretty much. Yes. Thank you so much, though. The Federation really is amazing. And without meeting people at the Federation, I don't think I would be on this track. So thank you for inspiring me.
Okay. So that concludes the 2023 scholarship awards. And so turn the mic back over to Barbara.
Sorry, Barbara. Oh. Thank you, Bob, and thank you to all of the scholarship winners. This is trying to get this back in the lovely gooseneck here. Thank you to all of the scholarship winners. We're counting on you. We really do mean that. And we hope that as you receive these awards, which are richly deserved, that you will remain part of the National Federation of the Blind. I loved hearing that promise. I hope that you will find whatever your niche is in this organization and be part of making the differences that that we need for all of us, each of us, to make together. And we're really, really glad that you're here and that you are working toward living the lives that you want as you move along through school and through life. So thank you all, and thank you, Bob and Scholarship Committee. Unless I'm forgetting something. We have one more item to cover. One of the things that we know about our organization is that it doesn't run on fumes or whatever. And in order for us to, yeah, you know, when we do, our president, Jamie Ritchie said, but we always are in the business of figuring out how we can keep making these kinds of things happen. The scholarships, the work on legislation, the changing educational situations, making sure that the blind students have the kinds of accessible ways of doing things that students need, and then the rest of us also. So one way that we do that in our organization is through the pre-authorized contribution plan. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it is our opportunity, each one of us, to contribute to our organization on a monthly basis. And the contributions that we make in this way go into the general fund of the National Treasury and allow us to do the many things that we do that we've been talking about this weekend. And as you know, we raise money at every level. We had the Bose Frames drawing. We had the Lucky Duck work and play. And all of the things that we do, selling chocolates or doing whatever we do, that make it possible for us to continue. Now, one thing that we enjoy about getting together here at the convention and dealing with our pre-authorized contribution plan is that we have these kind of friendly, or maybe sometimes contentious, rivalries among states. We always hope that we can raise our PAC plan. And for those of you who are members of our organization and have been for even a little while, you have undoubtedly heard the voice of Scott LaBarre talking about the PAC plan. Sadly, he died not long ago. And so we won't be able to hear him talking about who's going to win the PAC rat and the PAC mule and the pachyderm at our conventions now. But for those of you who don't know, the person who was assisting him, his fellow PAC-man of late, is someone who now is the president of our Minnesota affiliate, but he grew up here in Nebraska. Ryan Strunk. Oh, he's not the president anymore. I forgot. You know, things change. We talk about transformations, and that was a transformation that I forgot about. Sorry. But anyway, he has continued to work in our organization. And, you know, it's interesting because I remember when his mom was working in our parents division here in Nebraska, and now he just turned 40. It's just really hard for me to believe. I remember him as a little boy. But anyway, I hope that I'm giving you guys time to figure out what kind of contribution you are wanting to make on a monthly basis. We have the opportunity for people to do that online if you want to. We also have still paper forms that you can fill out. And yeah, wet ink signatures. And you can either send those in yourself, or I will be happy to send them in for you if you would prefer that. And whatever works best for you to make sure that it gets in, that's the way I want to do it. Don't consider it to be you know, a burden to me. If you'd prefer to have me send it in, I'm glad to do it. And so that wouldn't be a problem. But of course, if you're wanting to do it and you really will, and I don't need to follow you around to hound you about it, then that's a fine thing too. We have forms here. We have people here who are ready to assist you with the form. And one of the things that some people do at our banquets is to join into the kind of the festive occasion of it all, and shout out either an increase or getting on the PAC plan as a new contributor. That isn't something that everybody likes doing or wants to do. While we're here at convention, if you would prefer to come to me privately and let me know that you want to contribute, I'm happy to oblige that way of doing things as well. Sure. We need your contributions right away. Funding our movement, it must be done. So all our battles can be won. The PAC plan, sign up today. We need your contributions right away. Funding our movement, it must be done. So all our battles can be won. All right. That was. Okay, Mike.
Yep, right here.
Okay, here are the forms. If people want forms. Linear scribbling devices. Okay, so we have people who are ready to do that. And my job, if I can figure it out again, my machine is okay. 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 Well, I do have a backup plan if I don't exactly find this pretty soon. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Why am I am. Yeah, remember, Mr. President, I said I found it. Did I find it? Yeah, he said that she was. Okay, so, well. Okay, well, we only have one and we need to have the door prize at the end. So we're just, do we dare have a joke from? All right, how about that? Sounds like a good idea.
David, I have a mic if you're going to tell a joke.
We do.
Here, I have it right here.
Do you have the one out there?
So
Or do you want me to? Okay.
I got one right here. I think, is this on? So, I think it's very important that, is this one on? Good.
So far not.
How about that? Give me that. Can I have that one? Try this.
Okay, I'm just trying to save the goose.
Save the goose. All right. So this is good. So, they're the three little boys and they're all playing outside. And, little boys love bragging about their dads. And the one little boy said, my dad is so fast that he could throw a ball and run and go catch it. The other little boy said, Yeah. He said, my dad is so fast that he can shoot an arrow and run and catch it before it gets to the target. Wow. And the other little boy said, that's nothing. My dad works for the federal government. He gets home at 4, he gets off at 4, and he's home by 3. Oh, no. Okay. So I don't know. Is that okay? No? Yeah, good. That was okay. All right. Do we need another one? You need one more? No more. That was enough, Jamie. Enough's enough. Okay, I'll get here. This microphone back to Jamie. That was yours.
Greetings, Federation family. You've already heard about the transformative collective action that we're taking to raise expectations for the blind throughout society. But to do this work together, we need resources to accomplish all that we dream to do in the future. We'd like you to consider how you can help to contribute or to promote contributions to the Federation in 3 key fundraising areas for our organization. Here they are.
The PAC plan is our pre-authorized contribution plan. This is a way for anyone to make contributions to our organization on an ongoing basis. And that ongoing basis enables us to be able to budget for the money that's coming up. Anyone who wants to contribute to the plan for the first time or who wants to up their contribution, just share with us some financial information. It can either be a debit card or a bank account and routing number, and we will make sure that your generous donation is processed each month. There are 2 ways that you can do this. One, you can go to nfb.org/PAC. That's PAC. You can also give us a call at 1-877-NFB, the number 2 PAC. That's 1-877-632-2722. Leave a message that does not contain financial information, but that contains your contact info, and one of our folks will call you back.
Do you know that the National Federation of the Blind accepts vehicles? You and your friends and family can simply call 855-659-9314 or visit nfb.org/give.
Do you want to leave a legacy for the next generation? Join the National Federation of the Blind Legacy Society, the Dream Makers Circle. Joining is easy. You can give a portion of a bank or investment account by simply filling out a payable on death form at your bank and indicating the NFB should receive a percentage or a fixed amount upon your passing. Consider designating the NFB as a partial beneficiary of your life insurance, retirement, or in a trust or will. For more information, call Patty Chang at extension 2422 or email pchang, PCHANG, at nfb.org.
When you support the National Federation of the Blind, you help with advocacy, early childhood initiatives, free white cane distribution, legislation, our legal efforts, Bell, STEM programs, membership building, leadership training, scholarships, student seminars, PSAs, web development, the independence market, Newsline, development of new technologies, our Center for Excellence and Non-Visual Access, teacher training programs, conventions, employment readiness, career fairs, voting rights, our research efforts, assistance to newly blind persons and seniors, and so much more.
Thank you for your support of the organized blind movement. Let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
Your mic back now? Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So. What did you say? Oh. Okay, So that was really cool. And thank you very much. And thank you, Mike, for all the work to make it happen again. Okay, we are now going to do the pack thing that we talked about a little bit ago before I couldn't find the the rankings and all that. So anyway, right now, guys, we are just out of the top 10. We are number 11 in pack contributions. It sounds a little odd to say pre-authorized contributions, but anyway, there we go. So we are currently contributing $2,102. No, we don't have any cents. That's the total so far this year. Monthly, it's $1,051. There are 32 of us doing it. And the average donation or contribution is $32.84. So there's where we are right now as of February. And right ahead of us at number 10 is Ohio. And that monthly amount is $1,189.50. So some math guru can tell me the difference. Yeah, Ohio has 48 contributors, but you know, so $1,189.50, and we are 1051. So $138.50, and if we, the 50 cents, we will hope to not have to revisit that over and over because I get too confused. Okay, so $32. And one of the things that I want to mention is that if we have some of our divisions and chapters contributing, and we think that's wonderful, but that is not your individual saying, I am contributing to this because to me personally, I want to, be a part of making a contribution. Yes, through chapter fundraisers and things like that. Everybody does help, everybody does participate, but really a lot of what we want for each of us to do is to do our own individual contribution as well. So, that's part of it. And the monthly contributions add up, and we keep trying to get above a certain level, and then we kind of drop back down. And we do understand that there are times when somebody is having a hard time, and you need to not be contributing for a little while. It is possible to do that. This is something that we want people to voluntarily do, to do as you want to do, but also to think of it as an important enough thing that maybe you could pass up a cup of coffee now and then, or a meal out now and then, or something like that, in order to make it happen for your contribution to be done. So, anybody want to shout out a beginning increase or new pack? Kimberly, a new pack of 10. Yay. And Cheryl, are you writing those down? Okay. Our treasurer is writing down the contributors and the amounts. Mike Hansen is out with the forms. So are you wanting a form, Kimberly, or are you going to do the online thing, or do you want me to turn something in? Okay. Yes. No. The name and the increase. And if you want to change the date that it comes out, be sure you do that. Wow, who is this? Oh, Bev Carlson, our first grandmother, or increase of $40. So, oh, that's wonderful. So what amount are we up to now? Well, I mean, I can add that. That's why we elected her president, not treasurer. There we go. Okay, Cheryl, what is it? Okay, we're up to 11:01 now. So we have 88 to go to catch Ohio. So who's next? Loberg, 5. Yay. Online, she says. So could you? Kellogg, Ronnie Kellogg, $5. So now we're up to, okay, online. 1111, a palindrome. And by the way, we're in a string of palindromes this month, beginning with March 20th, which was a 7-digit one. Then on the 21st, we went to 5-digit ones, and they will be continuing through the 29th. I love palindromes. All of you know that, or a lot of you do. So we're right now at 1111, but we don't want to stay there. Much as I like palindromes, we need to move on. Yeah. Isaac Thompson, 25. All right. Thank you. So we're now at, all right, family togetherness. So we're up to 1136. I'm mathematically okay. Okay. Anyone else? All right. 25. So 1161. 1161. Anybody want to start? We had one so far. We want to get anybody else? Or, well, we'll keep taking increases if you want to. Excuse me? Tim Meisner for 30. That's a new one. Thank you. Very good. Excuse me? Let's pass them. Excuse me, how much did you say? Amy Eidenmiller, a new pack for 20. Yay. All right, so what are we up to now, guys? 1211. Yay. Oh, good. Because the thing is, let's see, who is number 9? Number 9. Oh, that's very old. Louisiana is number 9, and it's at 1300. So yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me, what? Okay. All right. Okay, Kimberly just added 30 more, so hers is now 40. So that is exciting. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, did I hear somebody else out there? I thought I did. Didn't scare you off, did I? Excuse me? Oh, 12:41. And that's not what time it is, guys, so don't worry, don't worry. It might be that somewhere. Yeah, we are. We are. We're doing okay. Anybody else? Hello. Kaufman is what? Nancy Kaufman is increasing by 1. Thank you. Very good. Very good. It does. That times 12 will be $12 a year. So that's a good thing. Okay. Anybody else? What are we up to now? I should have 12:42. Oh, that was really good stereo there. Anyone else? Chrissy Davis is going to do 20 a month. So now we're up to 1262. Yay. We're getting closer to Louisiana every day. Every day. Every minute. Maybe some minutes or days, I don't know. Anybody else? 38 to go to get to Thai, Louisiana. We sure do. Anybody else? Every day. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah. Typical year. Except when it's 52. 52 is weeks. Okay. All right. Are we? Laura Rutjens? I'm sorry. I think I messed up your name. Rutjens. Rutjens. That's a cool name. Laura. That's cool. Thank you. 10. So now we're up to 1072. 1272. I knew people were still listening out there. 29 to go to get ahead of Louisiana. Anybody else? If anybody decides between now and tomorrow when we adjourn the convention, not the banquet, we're not going until tomorrow. Please let me know. We'll include whatever you do in our final PAC report tomorrow morning. And we'll be glad to do that. But for now, unless there is any other business to come before the banquet, we have one more door prize. Kimberly, are you?
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't mean to catch people off guard, but.
No, that's okay. So before I go through this last door prize, I just wanted to say thank you to all of the different chapters or individuals who made monetary donations for door prizes. I may not have mentioned your name because sometimes we just added those in with some of the other prizes, but thank you for the donations that you made for door prizes. All right, so this last door prize is a wax warmer and the wax melts. And there is also $30 in the door prize. Don't burn the money. All right. So this final door prize is going to go to Diane Thurberger.
All right. Yay. How very cool or warm or whatever. Well, we're very glad that not only that you came. Yeah. Well, we're really glad that that you got a prize and so glad you were here. One thing we neglected to do earlier is that during our lucky duck game, the coin flippers, we didn't actually thank them once they were done. So Sarah Burrish and Elizabeth Hanson, we want to thank you again for that. And I want to thank everybody for your attention this evening. I think it's been a wonderful banquet. Thank you to the hotel staff for serving and working out all these ticket things and everything. Thank you to everyone for coming and for participating. And as President Riccobono said, let's go build the Federation. The banquet is adjourned. Okay, for those of you who want to know the jailhouse, I keep wanting to say jailhouse rock, but I know that's wrong. Jailhouse karaoke starts at 10:30 in this room. You're welcome.